Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. I'm gonna do my makeup. Shocking. Seint makeup, cream-based 3D foundation. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna do my makeup. I get asked, what do I feel is the fastest way to apply this makeup? Hands down, fastest way is to put it all on your face and then blend it in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the 3D brush today, but I'm gonna use my hands to put all the colors on. It kind of showcases how it's one layer of makeup, but it's also a really fast, if you're in a pinch, if you're in your car, this is a really good way to do makeup. I actually have been in my car in a coffee drive-thru. If you guys saw the video, which is on the feed, I saw a customer in the car in front of me doing her makeup, and I recognized it immediately because she was doing the put all the colors on and blend them all together method, because it is fast and it is easy and you know where you're putting everything and blending everything. It's a good method. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's dig in. So I'm going to be using a new brightening color. My main highlight right now is amber. I'm going to brighten with Sunlit. This is a really good color for if you have dark under eyes. This is another really good color to use. I'm using the Contour Astoria. I am using Tan Lines bronzer, and then I'm going to pop in a little bit of Versailles because I like to. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with my contour first. So I'm going to push both of my fingers onto my contour, and I am just going to come right down, and I am going to put kind of 2 lines on either side of my forehead. And then I'm going to go in again, and I'm just going to come right down here. And this is by far the fastest method, I think, to applying the makeup. I'm just taking what's left on my finger and putting it on the tip. And then I'm going to come right here under my cheekbones, just pressing it. I'm not wiping my fingers in, but I can't hold it and press them both in. And I'm just going to come right here to the tops of my ears, the top, and then I'm going to come in just like that. I like making mine a little thicker. So there it is. I'm going to come in front of my earlobes and down the jaw. Don't forget to blend that spot. And that's it for my contour. Now I'm going to go into my main highlight. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm pushing it on to my fingers, and I am just going to come down here and then up, just like that. So again, just right around here, I'm going to come in on my chin and right here into my smile lines. Not a lot of product. It's hard to see this one because it is the truest tone to my skin, and the pigmentation's high, so I'm not needing to put a lot on. I'm just going to come here. I have a little visitor. I'm going to pop it on top of that. And then I'm just going to come right here. So you can barely see it, but that's because it's the truest tone to my skin. All right, now I'm going to go into my brightening color. I'm going into Sunlit, pushing it onto my finger here. I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to come down my nose with it. Just like that. I'm going to pop some right here. I'm going to leave just that because I did put a lot on, and I'll be able to bring that down. And then I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to go right here, and then I'm going to come right out here. And that's it for my brightening. It just looks so weird. Next, I'm going to go into my bronzer, which is Tan Lines, and I'm going to pop that right here above this brow, right here above this brow. This is a lighter toned bronzer. I really like it. Okay, I've been loving it lately, and I'm going to come right above my contour here on both sides and just going to come down my cheekbones on top of that bronzer. And I'm going to use this as kind of a blush color. And that is it. So I'm going to take my detail brush, and the first thing that I'm going to want to do is I am going to go into my main highlight, and with a light touch and little circles, I mean, it's been 4 minutes. I talked for a good minute. So 3 minutes with a lot of talking, steepling over that pimple. And then right here, I'm just going to blend using I'm using, if you can see, I'm using really just the tip of the brush, and I'm just blending the highlights. I'm not blending any of the dark colors because I'm not wanting to muddy them together. So I was able to take that brightening and pull it down here and brighten right here. I'm going to come right here, and I'm going into that brightening. I'm going to bring it into my main, just like that. And that's it. So now I'm going to move on to my contour, but you see how nice this just evened out the skin tone? It's just good stuff. I'm going to push this into the crease. I don't apply my creams to the creases here or to the creases here because they crease and it will gather and it will collect. So I move the product there. All right, so let's go to the contour. And I'm just gonna use little circles. I'm gonna push this into the middle, and then I'm just gonna look at that. Look at that, pushing it into the hairline because we don't wanna have our makeup have an end line. We want it to blend out. I'm pushing it into that bronzer I had. Look at that. Isn't that nice the way that just looks natural? Let's turn this light down just a little bit. There we go. All right, same thing here. Little circles, gonna push this in to the middle, just blending it into the middle to meet the other, and then coming down to my temple, I'm gonna pull it down into my temple towards down here. And then I'm gonna go into that bronzer right here, which is just gonna warm up my skin, give me a nice skin toned look. Look at that, it's one layer. It's evened out my skin tones. It's given me the full coverage that I like. I love putting it on this way. This way always surprises me. It makes me realize, yes, you trust the process. Yes, you like this cream makeup. I'm gonna go up and down on my nose here. I'm gonna push into my brow and then around the tip and then up. I save the brightening for last because it just kind of tames the contour. I'm gonna use my finger. I'm just gonna tap this and bring this up and down. Do you see how it just, look at that. I love this method. This method is what sold me on the makeup for reason two. Reason one was watching somebody put it on like this and I was like, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. And then I saw them in the sunlight and the sun hit their face and I was like, their makeup doesn't look like mine. Their makeup doesn't look like makeup, like that heavy masky makeup that's chalky and it settles into your pores and your fine lines and all that. It doesn't do that. I'm just blending out my jawline, pushing up towards, everything meets in the middle. When you're blending here, you're bringing it down to meet in the middle. When you're blending here, you're bringing it up and meeting in the middle. It's like doing the three without adding more product than what's necessary. I'm gonna pull down. All right, so now I'm gonna go to my bronzer here and I'm just gonna push up. Just gonna push this up. I'm gonna blend it, pushing up. I'm gonna go into that bronzer here and I'm just gonna blend it together. I'm gonna bring this down my cheek. Look at that. Do you see how pretty and natural that looks? I love the way that this makeup just works together. I'm gonna go to the pointy end here and I'm gonna push in to that brightening and I'm going into that corner. I'm gonna bring it over to this one. And then just like here where I brought it to meet in the middle, same right here. I'm just pressing this and I'm letting it meet in the middle. When you're buying Sunlit for dark eyes, don't be scared of the fact that this looks very yellow. That's a scary looking color. But when it's on, it goes light because it works with your skin tones. And so it turns it lighter because it's correcting color and it's brightening. It's lighter than my skin tone. And so when you see people swatch some colors on skin, I don't like using those as like your Bible of what that color is because that undertone of the skin changes it. So just know when you see something, don't be scared. Trust me. All right, let's do this side again. Going into that contour and I'm pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Bringing it onto that cheekbone. I'm just emphasizing my cheekbone. I'm gonna go into that bronzer. I'm gonna bring it down like a blush. I really like using this as almost like a base for my blush because I'll add some pink to it because I am who I am. And that's it. Look at how nice that looks. Tell me, come on, send me a color match. Okay, I'm gonna flip it to the pointy end and the same thing here. I'm just pushing this and I'm bringing it over, bringing it up. Same over here, pushing this around, bringing it down, and it's meeting in the middle, just steepling this. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm just going to do a little fine tuning. So I have all my makeup on. This is where I look and I address what needs some attention, what looks fine, what looks good. Look at me, look at me, look at me. And I'm going to see what I don't like. And so I'm going to go into my main highlight here. I'm going to put a little bit on and I'm going to go over my pimple. Then I'm going to scuff up my powder and I'll put that on my finger. And I'm going to set and blend. Set and blend. And so what that does is it covers my zit and the powder sets it and lets it stay. It'll stay there all day unless I start picking at it and playing with it and touching it and wearing masks and da 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 da. All right, so to fine tune, I'm gonna take that pointy end, I'm gonna go into Versailles, and right here, I'm gonna carve this out. Right here, pull down. Look at that, it's so scary, but watch, carving it out. Carving it out. I like using a brightener right here. Look at that. What? Same here, I'm gonna tap this out, blend it. I'm gonna tap it. Look at that, isn't that so pretty? Yes, it is. And look, it just accentuates. Look how it just like snatched up my cheeks. Okay, so I'm gonna take that pointy end again and I'm gonna go into, you know what, I'm gonna change brushes for my lips. I just can't contour my lips with a big stinking brush. But I do wanna add some pink. So I'm gonna go into pink grapefruit right here. I'm gonna go in with the big end and I'm gonna put this on, and just right here, I'm gonna come right here. Do you see? Oh, I forgot how much I like Sunlit as my brightener. Adding pink, bringing it down. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. And let me say, a bright foggy day is some pretty darn good lighting. It's a bright foggy day here. So again, just up here, and I'm kind of hanging over on the bottom part of my cheek. I like steepling on my blush. I prefer the steeple method over the wiping method because I do. And I love adding pink. It's such a pretty color. I love it. Okay, I want to come up higher right here with some pink. Isn't that the trend right now? We're going back to the 80s where our blush is suddenly all up in here. Okay, one more thing just to fine tune. I am going in with the pointy end. I'm going into Versailles again, just a little bit. And I'm gonna come right here on both sides. And I'm just going into that inner corner and I'm brightening that inner corner just a, look at that. It's so pretty. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna take my setting spray and I'm gonna set my face. I'm gonna set it and forget it. Wasn't that an infomercial? I think it was. Okay, so let's go in and do the lips really quick. I did my lips the other day and there's still some color on it. So we'll wipe it off a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the multitasker brush. Without fail, this is what I contour my lips with every time. It's the easiest way. I'm gonna go into my contour. I'm gonna come right down here and I'm gonna do a soul patch, and I'm gonna come right here and do a mustache. And it's above the lip and below the lip. And then I'm just gonna blend this out and create shadow. Push up down the middle here. This is gonna accentuate that Cupid's bow, but it's gonna give the illusion of a curl. Going into Versailles, I'm gonna carve the corners of my lip out and blend it out. I'm gonna add a little here and then blend. Just like that. And it's gonna give my lips a curl. I'm gonna find a liner. I'm on a time limit because I wanna be able to Instagram this. And I'm gonna line my lips. This is NYX or NYX in the color Nude Beige for a nice nude lip. And I don't outer line my lips. I stay right on the edge. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with, there it is. This is Petal by Beauty Counter, and it's just a nice moisturizing pink, and I really like it because my lips are chapped. And that's it. That's my face. That to me is the fastest way to do this. And without talking, you could have your whole face, eyes and everything done in 15 minutes or less. So that's it. Message me if you have any questions. Seint makeup, you want to use this. Okay, have a good day.